Yes. Okay. Okay for the intro.
That's the
All
closest we're gonna get
right.
to a re-album.
Huh?
I said that's the closest we're gonna get to a re-album.
That part. Yeah.
Re-
Or we concert for that matter. Cause girl,
God,
she ain't went on concert, nothing. We can't get nothing. Shout
I
out to
know.
Beyonce. Beyonce said y'all gonna get this Cowboy Carter tour.
Did you see Blue Ivy? She looks so cute.
Look, and she's taller than her mama now. Hey
Hey,
Jody. I think she's 12. She 13 now? Oh, okay. Yeah, she taller than Beyonce now. I'm like, okay. Yeah. All right. So welcome to Talk to Me Tuesdays with me, Lady Bird and Melissa over here. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. Woo! No. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we are streaming live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. If you are tuning in right now from any one of those platforms, go ahead and shout out in the comments so I will know that you are watching. And I see we already got Jody in the comments on Facebook.
Jody, my Jody.
Jody, my
Jody.
Man, that movie still be so cringy. Hey, Thinker. We got to think over there on Twitch. Hello.
Hey, look. So I was,
Yes.
perusing on. I think it might have been Facebook, and it was like a kid drew a picture of their favorite something, and it was a movie. It was a movie scene. Remember when Jody and what was her name? Taraji. I work here today.
Oh, Jody and Yvette. Oh,
Yvette,
Lord.
when they were arguing, and then when he hit her in the face.
Yeah.
And then he his makeup. So the kids drew a picture of him laying on the bed or Yvette laying on the bed and him doing his business.
Oh gosh, that's crazy.
I started to sit it.
What up, Krista? Over there on Twitch. All right, man. Listen, we got a lot to talk about. I don't even know where we're gonna start. We're gonna start with the heavy stuff first, or we're gonna start light. Maybe we ought to start light. Oh Lord, Melissa pushing buttons, y'all. Let's wait on her to come back, child, because she over here pushing buttons. She done pushed herself all the way off the stream. Lord of mercy. There she go. Look. No, don't be pushing buttons.
Look, that's just what had happened. My bad. See, you got me with this new stuff. This is your fault. You don't know nothing about this. I think we start heavy and then end on a light note.
Okay.
That way I can sleep well and I don't have to drink an alcoholic beverage to wind down.
That's what, wait, you got.
Because this story you had me reading was like, ugh.
It was one. Yeah, it was pretty heavy. It was pretty heavy. So what she's talking about is the story where the headlines currently are, oh gosh, they misleading as far as I'm concerned. Like, I'm so mad at this headline though. Like, I just can't believe. Like, I'm gonna write them. When I get some time tomorrow, I'm sending the person who wrote this article, I'm sending them an email, a nice lengthy email, and I might send them this video along with it. Cause listen,
you at the stage in your life where I'm writing your manager.
That part. Can I speak to your manager?
Can I speak to your manager? It's nicely crafted.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling right now. Cause what are y'all doing? What are they doing?
Yeah.
What are they doing? Let me see. Okay, yeah. We'll do it. Well, I'll put us at the one. Yeah, I'll put us to the side. So this is the title to this article. Okay, this is the original article. There's other outlets that have now taken this story and they ran with it and they have, talked about it. But this is Fox 5 News in Atlanta. Y'all gonna get an email from me. And this email, this article says Rockdale County man faces felony murder charge, accused of infecting wife with AIDS. So, the first issue I have with this title to this article is that you cannot infect anyone with AIDS, okay? It's not possible. It's not even a thing. You cannot infect anyone with AIDS. So let's start there. That's point one. Okay. Now, what this man did, was it wrong? Absolutely. Should he be held accountable? Absolutely. But I think this also opens the door for a lot of misinformation and I feel like this allows a lot of scare tactics to come into play as well. But I'm gonna play the video so you can hear the actual article and what they say. Let me make sure. It's probably gonna be an ad that's gonna play first. You know, they have these ads and things. Yeah. All right.
Man is behind bars tonight, charged with killing his wife, not allegedly with a gun or a knife, but by giving her AIDS.
Fox 5 County Jail in Conyers with the story. Kevin?
Was diagnosed with cancer, but soon more than cancer. She had AIDS, and that's why her husband is here at the Rockdale County Jail. This is Denise and Cleveland Brody, married in 2014 after meeting at a Christmas party 2 years prior. These were better times.
Loved him.
But Cleveland Brody is now accused of violating his wife's trust, the family's faith. Rockdale County deputies have charged him with murdering Denise Brody, knowingly infecting her with HIV, his status completely unknown to her. She died in 2022 at 65.
And how long did she live after the diagnosis?
2 days.
She put him out when she found out he was cheating on her. And she loved him so much that she actually allowed him to come back, asked him to take a test because he's out there. Mm-hmm. And he was smart enough to know that it would not get picked up.
Prosecutors first charged the husband in 2023 with only reckless conduct HIV, but the family pushed for murder and did the detective work to share with authorities.
Get evidence of the fact that he had it before he met my mother.
2 years later, now her stepfather is charged with felony murder.
Because at any time he could have told her, I have this, and gave her the right to make the decision on whether or not she wanted to stay with him.
And one of the reasons why this is so tough for the family is because AIDS is no longer a death sentence. They're encouraging people to be tested for all STDs. Reporting live in Rockdale County, Kevin Stewart.
All right, so we ready? You got it. You got it. Listen,
I got it. I have my notes.
Listen.
So I'll start with you, Miss.
Listen. Hello.
How does this even happen?
Okay, so let's break down what we just heard because this is a lot. Hey, Lisa girl. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, John. Hey, everybody on Twitch, Facebook. You watching on YouTube? Shout out to you guys. If you're not watching on YouTube, go find me on YouTube and hit the like button. And the subscribe. Sure. All right, listen. And on Twitch. Sure, come over here. It's scrolling across the bottom. So here's what this is my little breakdown. So they were married in 2014. So according to everything that has been researched, he knew his status prior to 2014. So he already knew his diagnosis. Miss Brody, the wife, died December 2022. And I think it was like April 2nd of 2022. She was 65 years old. She got her diagnosis 2 days prior and then passed. Like she found out that's what her main issue was. After she found out he was cheating, she put him out. she basically gave him an ultimatum. Listen, if we're gonna stay together, you gotta get tested, and I gotta see your test results type situation. So this is the part that I have no clarity on. So I don't know if it was a thing where she told him to go get tested. He came back and said, oh, I did go get tested, I'm negative. If she went with him, like, I don't know how the testing situation, however it goes, from what the son said was that the son said, you know, that he kind of knew the test wouldn't pick it up. But here's the thing. Huh?
Yeah, I was curious as to what he meant.
Yeah, the son was saying, oh, well, he knew the test wouldn't pick it up. So here's the thing. In order for it to be a true fact that this man gave this woman the HIV virus, not AIDS, because I just told y'all AIDS, you can't give somebody AIDS. But in order for this man to give her the HIV virus, that means he's not taking his medicine. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. And he is not undetectable. Okay? And so that's important because there's this myth, and it's a myth because it's not true. There's a myth that a lot of people believe if you're HIV positive and you undetectable, if I was to go and take a test, it's going to show negative. That is a myth. Anybody who's HIV positive, whether they're undetectable or not, the test is going to show that you're positive regardless. You're not going to go and take an HIV positive test and it's going to say that you're negative. That's not going to happen. Okay. I've literally done it on live and done the HIV test and I'm undetectable and it showed that I was still positive. So there's no way that he could have hid it if he actually really did go and take a test. That's why I say, could it have been where he just told her, okay, yeah, I went and took the test and it said I was negative, you know?
Yeah.
And then so you got that part of it. He was charged in 2023, but here's what this video doesn't say. So this video doesn't say that there were other women who came forward and said that he also had infected them. So he's being charged not only for he's being charged for a separate crime in regards to the wife than he is the other cases. So he has 3 charges of reckless conduct. And that's from what was filed in 2023. And then the grand jury indicted him with malice murder and felony murder for his wife's death.
So before you go more into it, I do have a question.
Okay.
So if he is with the undetectable status, and you said you took an HIV test, and still, when you say you took a test on live, are you talking about like a CVS type test or at home test where you can pick up to take?
No, I always have tests because I go to different conferences and things like that. So when we go to conferences, a lot of the pharmaceutical companies have tests that we can literally just pick it up off the table, his HIV test. So I always have some type of test. So the tests that I usually have are the ones that I get directly from pharmaceutical companies.
Gotcha. Okay. So for it still to be detectable on a test, and what's the likelihood or possibility to transmit, even if it's a minute possibility to transmit while you're undetectable? Is there?
So that's the thing. That's the thing. When you are undetectable, meaning you have less than 20 copies of the HIV virus in your body per milliliter of blood, you cannot. There's no way, shape, fashion, form, possibility that you can give the virus to anyone else. You can't.
Now, has that been, and I'm curious to know because I wouldn't know.
That has been trialed, tested, and approved through the FDA.
With people with normal immune systems. Now, what about, do we know if it's been tried? And this isn't to take up for him by any means, because right. So I want to make that clear because people be coming to get you. Don't get me. This is just question.
Don't get me.
But my question would be, so with that particular trial with undetectable status, was that completed with people with normal working immune systems? What about someone in her situation who is a cancer survivor, cancer patient, and their immune systems are shot? Like when they go through treatment and chemo, they have to rebuild their immune system. So with somebody in that case where it's completely compromised from cancer, could they potentially be, how can I say, can they potentially get the virus for somebody who's undetectable with a weakened or compromised?
So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you read it, but I didn't necessarily read where they said what type of cancer she battled. And her cancer diagnoses were in 2017 and 2019. Gotcha. So that would have been after they were married, because they were married in 2014, which means that if all that time she had never been tested for HIV, which is possible, which is very likely, the cancer, depending on the type of cancer she had, it could have been a type of cancer that would have been brought on due to her having HIV and going into an AIDS diagnosed state without even knowing that she was diagnosed.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I say that there's a lot of missing pieces to the puzzle, because depending on what type of cancer it was, because this is the thing, by her being a married woman, and her maybe, because yes, our doctors are going to talk to us in confidentiality. We have the HIPAA law and Privacy Act. That doesn't necessarily mean that because the patient knows the doctor is under these, that they're going to really always be forthcoming with their doctor. It's possible that when she's sitting down with her doctor and they're asking her risk factors and different things, she may not be disclosing, because it is quite embarrassing to sit and have to tell somebody, yeah, my husband cheated on me. Because I believe had that been a topic of discussion with any type of physician, then they probably would have initiated a whole STD panel.
Yeah.
But being that she's, demographically not in that category for them to say, oh, let's go and test her. They're probably, even through her cancer diagnosis, I'm almost certain they probably never even thought to initiate HIV testing, because this is a married woman and she's not mentioned possibly any infidelities in her marriage that would throw up a red flag.
Yeah. I did read an article, the one article that was posted about this particular story, and it said he was diagnosed in 2006.
So he knew. Yeah, he knew. On top of that, there were other people, that. Yeah. So yeah, he knew. But yeah, so I'm just like, but what I want people to take away from this, I need them to understand that the media is going to always give you information in the worst way ever. By using the words or the acronyms AIDS, by them just saying that throws up this red flag. It's like, yo, it's making everybody's antennas go up, because when you hear the word AIDS, you think death. You think the 1980s and 90s. You think Eazy-E. You think that. You think of all these things that we saw and experienced through that time period. And so a lot of people are still stuck in that. A lot of people don't understand that HIV and AIDS are two different things. They're not the same. So when you throw that up, and then of course this is Fox 5 News, they're putting this on the banner. Man infects wife with AIDS. It's like, yo. And then here I am. I got to come back and say, listen, you can't infect anybody with AIDS. And then you have somebody who's not educated that might want to argue with me and be like, well, what you mean?
Because the news said.
The news said, well, listen, the news is going to tell you what they want you to think and feel.
And what's interesting too, the guy was explaining that when he was going into the store, he actually said HIV. But the banner, like you said, actually said AIDS. So
yeah,
there's two very different things.
Right.
And it's unfortunate because she said she died 2 days later. Which
right.
Yeah. It had now.
Yeah. And one thing that I would never do, because I've been a victim myself, and I would never victim blame or victim shame. But this is a story and a situation where I need people to understand that when this is a situation like this, you have to take accountability. Not saying that this lady didn't take accountability, because granted, she actually did tell this man to go and get tested. Whether he actually did that or just however that situation went, she did initiate it. Sometimes you have people that won't even do that much. They'll just say, okay, well, I forgive you, baby, and let's continue on with however, they don't think about these things. So, when infidelity comes into a situation, you have to think about these things, because you never know what the person has that your partner is cheating on you with. They could be getting something from that person and bringing it home to you. And Lisa, hey, Lisa girl, hey, Miss Catherine. Lisa said, was the wife diagnosed with AIDS after contracting HIV, and that's why she passed? So Lisa, what happened is she didn't even know that she was HIV positive. So he cheated on her. She took him back and basically told him he had to get tested. He came back to her, and I'm assuming he came back to her and told her he was negative. I don't know how it came back, but she took him back, and she got sick in 2022. She got sick, went to the hospital. She's a 2-time cancer survivor, and she went back to the hospital because she was getting sick again. And 2 days after they told her that she actually was HIV positive and had an AIDS diagnosis, 2 days later she died. So it was like she didn't know she had it. She went to the hospital because at a certain point, what happens is when they don't know what's wrong, they're gonna rule everything out. So I think it was to the point where at this point they've ruled everything out. Now we need to just start running everything we can. And I believe at that point they are running everything, including the STD panels and tests. And then it comes back, says she's HIV positive. And not only that, her numbers are showing that she's in the AIDS diagnosis. And 2 days later, she passes. Hey, Aretha, you haven't seen me in a while. Girl, I've been right here. Facebook algorithm has been, I don't know what it's been doing, janky. But I've been here. Yeah, it's been a little janky, but we've been here. So that's what happened, Lisa.
They got married in, when was it? 2014. She got cancer in 19 and
she had cancer in 17 and 19. Yeah. I just don't know what type of cancer. I never saw an article that actually said what type of cancer she had. But she had cancer in 17 and 19.
Because I definitely have questions, when they separated, when they got back together.
Right.
Also, like, when it comes to the whole...
Hey, Charlie.
I really hate to say this and ask the question. Because, once you say it, it's out there and then people just be, extra for no reason.
Yeah.
But I would definitely want to know whatever happened to the test results. Did we see them? Did we not see them?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I wonder what he did. I'm wondering what he did to gain her trust for her to say, yeah, we're going to keep our marriage and come back home.
Because realistically, if he had it since 2006, regardless of whether she would have told him to take a test or not, she would have already.
A real test was going to show it.
Yeah, she would have.
A real test was going to show it. That's why I'm wondering, did he just go off and come back with a fake document? Like, that's what I'm wondering. Did he come back with fake documents? Look, there go Nana. She said, hey, Renee and Melissa.
Hi.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's what he did or not. That's the part I want to know. And so that's why I was like, I'm gonna be following this case, because once they go through this whole trial and stuff, all this is gonna come out. I'm probably gonna actually go and look at the actual
court
documents and see what some of the other details, because again, there are three other victims as well.
And there should be more. I mean, honestly, there should be more than 3. We're talking back.
It's probably way more. But this is one of those situations where if those people who know they slept with that man, if they don't come forward, then they're not gonna do nothing.
We're talking different demographic of people who didn't necessarily share their sex life like that. And then when you think of what advice or what would you tell somebody in that category, that age category,
that
what would
listen,
you say?
the 55 and up community is a high, like you got your teens and our young adults, and then it just skipped our whole generation and jumped to the 55 and up, because it's like what's happening is the way they knew life, in when they were single is not what it's like in their older age being single. Because what happens is a lot of the ones that are 55 and up married high school sweethearts, college sweethearts. That's all they know for however many years they were married. Some of these are people that have been married 20 and 30 years. And then, they grow apart, kids get older. They say, okay, you know what? We don't have no more kids. Why are we even wasting our time being together? They divorce. Now they're 55 and up. They get back out in this dating scene. Only thing they remember is what they remember from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So they are not really even remembering, oh man, you know what? I do got to make sure if I'm having sex with somebody that we use the protection. I do got to make sure they getting tested. I do got to have all of these precautions, because really they only probably been with that one spouse.
Yeah.
So they go out here, they meet whoever they meet, okay? Young or older, they meeting somebody and they are doing a lot of risky things that they are just not being cautious on. And that is how they are becoming some of the highest rates of new infections. Yeah. Lisa said they married and trusting their partners. Yeah. I'm going with you to get tested. I'm not trusting Ish. Right. Hey, Miss Evelyn. Yeah, look, I need to see it all. I need to see them paper. I need to see them stick you. I need to see it all. Sure. Let's go. Because at this point, the way people are, the way things are going, it's getting bad out here. Yeah, I mean, there is a decline. I will say this: there's a decline in new infections, but there's not a drastic decline. It's a slow decline. It's it's happening. It's just not happening fast. But we are still seeing new infections every day.
So I definitely want to stick close to this to see how this progresses, because I definitely I still got tons of unanswered questions and things that just don't make sense to me. So I would love to see more and how this unfolds. Not really love, but I will want to see how this unfolds. But I do have a question for you. So I saw another article some months ago, it was a month or two ago, about Tamar actually taking PrEP as a precaution.
Right.
I think she lived. So what are your thoughts about people taking PrEP to prevent infection or to prevent HIV?
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. That's what the PrEP. So that is what it's for. PrEP. The way Tamar explained and why she was taking PrEP and her, like, that is what PrEP is for. PrEP is for people who are negative, who might be putting themselves in some type of environment that is going to be risky to their health. Literally, that's what it's for. Whether you know that you might go out here and have a one-night stand, you might be a streetwalker, you might, you're putting yourself, I'm just saying, you putting yourself in certain situations where sex can happen. It can literally be one of those things where PrEP can come in and save your life and keep you from getting a HIV diagnosis. So yeah, and like she said, these people in this industry, they sleeping with whoever, and they not being truthful and upfront with what they have. And it's easy to get PrEP. It's not hard to get it. You can go to an AIDS service organization. You could go to your primary care physician. They have now made it a thing where most primary care physicians have to have some type of basic knowledge about PrEP and how to prescribe it. So it's just that easy.
Well, I'm not a big medication taker. I have to be like, I can't breathe before I even go grab that.
But they have PrEP. So they have PrEP pills, and they have PrEP injection. I think one of them now is an injection. So,
some of the side effects to these PrEPs.
I mean, side effects with everything. You can go and take
That's
a dog aspirin and have a side effect. Sure. You can do anything. Look, Freddie said, "Hey, Melissa."
Hi, Freddie.
He talking about them Versace pillows.
You get on my nerves.
Now he said he want to see your my chart.
What you can see my chart. I don't like medication. I don't even take Tylenol. Let me tell you something. I went and got a root canal.
And you ain't take the pain medicine.
No.
You fought through it.
They prescribed me Oxycontin, I think it was.
Oxycodone.
It was one of the Moxies, and I was like, I'm not taking this.
And yeah, that one made me nauseous anyway. I don't like that one.
Nope. I've seen too many.
Not you seen too many. Look, you seen them Florida man on Flocka.
Like, I'll take some Tylenol, please, and thank you. So I took me a little Tylenol, and I was fine because I don't normally take any medicine. So Tylenol works, but
right,
I don't. I read when I had, when I first got diagnosed with asthma, I found out I had asthma at a basketball game. I was getting ready to shoot some free throws, and
you went to Dr. Simmons?
No, not him. It was the other one on Moncrief, Dr. Shu. Nope, I went to a real doctor. I couldn't breathe, and they had to call ambulance and everything. So they gave me this gigantic tube of medicine. And then it gradually increased to something I had to take like ridiculous amount of times a day. But then as I started learning more about reactions to medicine, and there was a circle, it was a purple asthma pump.
Oh, I had that Advir.
I read the side effects of that.
Yeah, it was what, Advir or Advir, something like that.
I
had to do that one before. Yeah.
I was like, nope, not gonna take it. Give me something else, something that doesn't.
Yeah, because that one did, because that was the one you had to through the little thing. Yeah, that one did feel kind of funny. Yeah. Shout out to everybody on Twitch with the love and the bits.
I won't breathe in. I don't want that.
Yeah, that was crazy. Shout out to everybody on YouTube, everybody on Facebook. Let me see the love. Y'all put some ones and some somethings in the chats. Let me know y'all there. Say hello. If you on Facebook, tell me where you tuning in from so I can shout you out. Aretha said my chart, and they have the HIV test kit in the pharmacy. Absolutely. You could go to most pharmacies and they will have a kit. They only like $49. And they're rapid, you get your test results right then. So yeah. Okay, Tia in Miami. Okay. Ronnie said, does PrEP for HIV prevention work for other STDs? No. PrEP is literally for the HIV virus. It is not for any other STD. So you want to make sure that you are protecting yourself from all STDs when you're engaging in any type of sexual activity. Shout out to Shanita in Fort Lauderdale, Cincinnati, Ohio. Hey, Michelle. So yeah, shout out to everybody on Twitch. Where you at, Twitch? Twitch, where y'all tuning in from? Look, Freddie jealous. Look, she only talked to her Facebook people. Where y'all tuning in over there on Twitch? Yeah, like that thing up on Twitch. Okay. But so
I have to take a class on social media. I don't know how to use no stinking Twitch. I looked on there, got confused and closed it.
You can say they're tuning in from the Belt News. Shout out to the Roosevelt, Freddie Roosevelt. We got the Thinker, we got Crystal, we got everybody over there on Twitch. What did I say? Lisa said, I read the side effects of my diabetes meds and stopped taking them. Yeah, every medicine is going to have some type of side effect. That's even the simplest thing. Yes, Ronnie said, go Celtics. Hey, I got my shirt on. It's game night. Celtics in 5. I called it. Somebody was like Celtics in 6, and I was like, no, it's going to be Celtics in 5. I called it. So I don't know what to tell them. I already knew what it was going to be about. All right, so what else we got going on tonight? Oh, huh?
I was gonna say I do more natural, so I'm more holistic. So if there's before I go to any type of medication, even pain medication, I try a holistic option first before.
Okay.
Yep. Don't do the side effects because they're too crazy. But anyway, on a lighter note, so now that we got that stuff out the way, so we'll just
yeah, that was heavy.
Post it and update it on what happens as this case progresses, because that's just
no.
So
Ron, talking about Celtics in 6. No. All right, so I think I want to talk about this. So there was a guy. He's a substitute teacher, and he was saying that, he was saying that he thought that we was lying. He thought people was lying when they said that these kids know nothing. These kids know they don't know shit. Like nothing. They don't know basic math, addition, nothing. So I was like, yo, I was a substitute teacher once. So I kind of listen, I was a substitute teacher for middle school. And yeah, these kids, they don't listen to these teachers. They run the classroom. They run amok. It's a mess. So we're going to see what he had to say about it.
Was lying to me on this app when y'all said that these kids didn't know nothing. These kids don't know shit. Like nothing, nada. They don't know basic math, like addition, subtraction, division, fractions, multiplication. They don't know none of it. And it's really sad. They can tell you what a gay person is, what's bisexual, what they did do, what kind of gun this is, who sang this song, the lyrics to that, and they know all of that. They know what studs and dykes is, but they don't know what basic math is. Parents, what are y'all doing? Y'all are failing y'all kids. It is not on these teachers. All that they're doing there is just talk, play around, horse around. Y'all got work to do. Like, I'm not understanding, and they don't even understand why they don't understand. And that's more confusing. Like, what?
He frustrated. He said they don't even understand why they don't understand. They don't even understand why. But is he telling the truth, though? Like, is that like these kids really ain't they ain't paying attention? They not.
I definitely think it depends on the location of where you are. I think it's a difference, public versus private. I think there's a lot of elements that go into it for sure. And then one of the things I would tell you, not basic math, addition, subtraction. Have you seen what they teach in regular school? Not to give kids excuses, because some of them kids bad. I'm not even gonna hold you. Some of them kids are bad. Or excuse me. What's the word that you say?
They bad.
Nah, no. Active, right? That's the
nah, they ain't active. They so okay.
But have you seen the new math? Like was it Common Core is the new thing?
Listen, no.
You can't say
I've seen it, but I don't subscribe to it. I don't. Listen, well, I'm gonna put it this way. So with Mila, because she's in 5th grade and she homeschools, and so it's Florida curriculum, so it's through Florida Virtual School. But I'm her teacher. She has a teacher online, but even though they might show them the steps to take to get the answer, if I show her a way I know how to do it versus that new Common Core, then it's fine. She still got the answer. They not so strict on it, but you do have some schools, especially now with the public school, they got to boom, 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 and they have to do it that way. So yeah, and a lot of private schools, they use like a Becca and they use other curriculum. So a lot of them are teaching the old way, but then you got the public school teaching the new way. And it's a lot.
Yeah. So, and that's good that they allow you to be flexible in how they, and how you deliver the message. But the school my son goes to, They want
So not you learning all over again.
Listen, I'm not in your classroom. I don't know what you teach, how you. I remember helping, I think Lisa with my middle one with a project, and the lady got smart with me talking about, well, so did she say, was it my assignment or something like that? She needs to do it. First of all, how do you expect me to help her if I don't even understand what you're trying to say? Do you know what you're trying to say?
Right.
Because it sounds
Girl,
like,
look, you see that this a homeschool binder, girl.
yeah.
Look.
I mean, quite honestly, if you can keep her,
Yeah, I love homeschool. I mean, like I said, it's the same work that they would do in public school. Because when we transitioned, homeschool actually was a little ahead of what they were doing in public school. But even with the stuff that she's doing, like we doing math. Like this is one of her math sheets that we did today. So we were doing dividing fractions and equations, you know, and all she do is show her work and the answer right there. They see her showing her work and she do it. And
nope, not how the school does it here. You have to do a box and count over here and then show, you know, how many move this number over here and this parenthesis here and this box. Like it's ridiculous.
We ain't putting no boxes nowhere. I remember when they was doing that and they was like, oh, putting the circles, and I was like,
yeah, no, it's definitely not.
But I was like, oh no, we ain't doing all that. So yeah, no, I don't know, but I get what he's saying, because when I subbed in middle school, and I was at, so you know Jacksonville, so I was at Jeff Davis. Why did I go there? Don't ask me. So the middle school, y'all, that I subbed at was on the west side of town. A lot of them kids over there is off the chain. Little, that's my phone dinging, girl. Look off the chain. And I subbed for 2 different teachers there. One of them, she would be in and out sick, so I would go in here and there in her math class. And I love math. I was almost gonna be a math major. And I would go in there and sub for her. And them kids, like, they was like, you need to be our permanent teacher because you actually could teach this to us and we understood it. Like, whatever the lesson was, I would go through it, show them on the board, let them come up there, do stuff. And they understood it. They was like, when she do it, we don't get it. You know, and I was like, well, dang, I'm not even a math professor, you know? And then I would sub another class. And them kids, they was just wow. But listen, I done gave kids my lunch because they threw one little boy lunch in the trash and he ain't had no lunch. He ain't had no money. He couldn't get free lunch. It was a mess. I was like, here, just get enjoy. So it's a lot that goes into being a teacher and a sub. So I don't know where they dropping the ball when it comes to the curriculum and how they're getting this. I think COVID messed up a lot too, because COVID gave them a pass to pass. You remember during COVID, they was like, no child was going to be held back, regardless of if they passed or failed. They moved every kid to the next grade, even the ones that probably really needed to not be moved.
Yeah.
So it messed up a lot of kids too.
Well, you know, that No Child Left Behind bill was something that was well before COVID, but that did happen too.
Right.
But it's just like, it's a combination of underlying issues. It's not just, you know, all kids are bad. There's tons of things that kind of go into that, from like, you know, kids who have problems at home, kids who maybe not be able to afford things, and, you know, hurt people. So maybe kids who, you know, have, you know, food at home. You got the bullying thing. Like, there's a lot that goes into why people act the way that they do. And I don't think it's like all bad, you know, activities. And look, there's so many things that you can, you know, do to help address a problem. But, you know, it's definitely a combination of just bad, or there really is something that's happening that is going undetected, you know. And sometimes school is supposed to be a safe place for some, and it ends up not being. It's actually funny, but it's, you know, he said how think about, I think he mentioned something in his statement. He said that they know more. He said it quite a bit, actually, referencing sexuality, and they know about this and that, but they don't know this. But then it's just like, look how we talked about that so much. Like, why is that even a topic of discussion in school anyway?
Because that's what they talk about. When they go to school, they talk about the rap music. They're talking about what's happening in the neighborhood. They talk about their relationships that they have or what their friends got or what they see in their home. They talking about all that stuff. So,
or when school isn't exempt from that too. Like,
right. Or what they see in that school. Because, I mean, granted, that man did sound a little saucy. So they could have been talking about him. What are you saying? He sounded a little... Look.
It's giving triggered.
Right. Was you triggered that they was talking about you, sir? Like, that's what it was giving a little bit. Like, maybe he was the topic of discussion for the day. What's up, Stephen Jones on Facebook said when they come up with this. Look, it's...
You think you was about to go be Joe Clark over at Eastside High? Like, what is you?
Free Mr. Clark. Yeah, no, they was not finna free you, sir. It was not finna happen. Now, all right, let's switch it over a little bit. Let's talk about a little bit of love.
Oh gosh.
I don't know where Carly at. She might be under the chair, child. Carly, wherever Carly at. Let her be. She quiet.
She not violating, so that's good.
Right. So let's talk about a little bit of love. So I saw this video on YouTube. Now, so let me preface this by saying I love watching these group of people. They got this little collective, they got their little YouTube channel. And they're called 8 at the Table. So it's a group of 8 individuals. They have this little part. And I ain't gonna say little because it ain't little. They got over 200 and some subscribers on Facebook. On YouTube. 8 at the Table. I love their content. But they are talking about now. I'm gonna say this. This little dude that's gonna talk. I am not on the best of terms with him. Like, I got a love-hate relationship with him because sometimes he be talking like he don't know what he talking about. And I'd be like, dude, why you even talking? Why you opening your mouth?
Oh, God.
But I will have to say, he was pretty on point a little bit with this most recent one. And this was actually posted on here, I think, about 6 hours ago. And I kind of like what he said. So let me get it. I'm going to get it pulled up. Oh, there go Carly. Carly, you been in trouble, girl? All right, let's see. So the question that was raised in this video was, can you be too toxic for love? So can you be too toxic for love? So so while we're watching this clip, I want you guys, hey Ace Royal. So while y'all are watching this clip, I want you guys to think about that question. And if you want to answer that question in the chat, are you, or do you think people can be too toxic for love? Like, are you too toxic for love? Do you know somebody that's too toxic for love? Or can you yourself, do you think that, can somebody in general be too toxic for love? So I want to see what he says, because it makes so much sense. And every now and then, I have to be like, when you write a little bit, friend. So
he's right. There's definitely something happening.
Look, because it ain't every day that I be agreeing with this man. It's not. Hold on, let me see if I can start. I think I should be able to start it right at the beginning of what he's saying too. Yeah, so.
What I believe is you are not too toxic for love, even if you have all 8 traits of being toxic that we just announced, or even more, if and only if you absolutely value love, right? Because when you value love, you will do anything to change to be in love or be with somebody that you love. The only thing that I can honestly say, and speaking for myself, I never gave a fuck about love. I never gave a fuck about getting married. I never gave a fuck about really keeping a relationship because I knew I could always have a female. It's not hard for me. So my toxic behaviors lasted so long because I didn't care for love. Until the one person that came in my life and actually gave me peace and showed me that, yo, you know what? Love is something to look forward to having. Now I took a step back. I started to realign and readjust some of my behaviors. It's a work in progress, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, now I actually value love to a certain extent where I'm willing to change because I care about love. We got a bunch of people who don't care about love, and they think that they can find love. They think that they can find love or find the same love in the next person. Yo, me and Amanda don't work out. It's okay. There's another one. And I think I'm going to get the same love over there. But realistically, you'll never get past that threshold of love until you value love enough to self-reflect and change yourself for love.
I agree.
Ooh, what you think, Melissa? What you think, girl? She quiet. Not she quiet. Carly.
Because that man irritates my spirit.
She don't know what to say.
You know what's funny? I wish.
Wait, why he irritates you?
Because he just irritates my soul. And did you catch? I should have screen grabbed it when the guy who he was talking, he was looking like this.
When he was looking like,
yeah, that's kind of how
he was like.
I think it's difficult to listen to the message based on the person it's coming from. Because I don't know him. Like personally, I don't know him.
Not you. Hold on. So
what
you don't know him, but you got a bad.
What he presents.
It's something about him.
Yes.
Right?
When I've listened to his comments.
That's what I'm saying. See, that's what I was trying to tell Freddie them. I was like, it's not that I don't know him to really say I don't like him, but it's something about him that's be like, ugh. And you know what? I think it's because honestly, he reminds me of Spectacular. You know, Spectacular from Pretty Ricky.
Yeah, does favor him. Yeah.
Yeah. And when I think of Spectacular, sometimes I think janky.
What you cut out? You think of what?
Yeah, I think janky, like janky promoters.
Yeah, like
that's what and he get like, and I feel like, why am I listening to this dude say this? Like, but like I say, every now and then he says some stuff that stops me in my tracks, and I be like, dang, now I agree with him a little bit.
Yeah, so it'll be different to receive the message coming from somebody else. I don't personally.
But I was gonna go back. I gotta go back because they were saying, I heard him say that they listed the 8
yeah, because I was gonna ask one of those characters.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Let me see.
But also, I've heard him. I've watched, and I haven't watched full interviews of him, but I have seen like clips, and I know clips are meant to do what clips do.
Right? Yeah.
Drive engagement, make you want to go watch the full interview to kind of see. So I understand that. However, based on a lot of the things that he says that I have seen gives unhealed, underlining.
Oh, yes, he definitely is unhealed. I feel like even though he in a relationship with whoever he with, yeah.
So like what work did you put in to heal yourself?
Yeah.
Or to work on you to prepare you for this love that you think that's going to come in and change you. So why does it take that to change you versus you working on your own issues or what you know that you have going on first before you invite? This is not for, somebody else to come and do that for you. You need to work on that for yourself. And that way the person coming in doesn't inherit that baggage or, so, I definitely think he has work to do on him, what he's presented, right? Because I don't know him. However,
so I'm gonna go back. Let's see. I'm gonna just go because it's not a long clip. That was just what I caught there. So let me go. This dog keep trying to hunt me.
You called her in there. Lick the lips, Carly.
That's why I'm holding her, because if I hold her, she can't get me. No, if I hold her, she can't get me. So let's see what these 8 things are.
Why men don't communicate because they don't feel like they
It's
have
the
both.
beginning.
Can I go first? Because I'm already gonna be on the opposite side of you. I personally think. All right, I'll be honest with you. I also believe depending on where you grow up will also dictate the type of men you're around. Down south, men are a lot more lenient than up north. This is like almost a fact.
Lenient with respect to what?
Lenient and letting things go, being more nonchalant, being more, laid back. Up here, we are known to be more direct and upfront. That's what the tri-state area is known to be. This is where I grew up. I'm speaking about New Jersey.
That makes sense.
This is where I grew up, and the people that I've been around, all of them, from the ones that were my acquaintances and my friend, and ones that were my friends. It's not even about not feeling that there's a safe space because of a headache. We don't even care about the headache because all of us are like, yo, this is what I want. And it's really going to be this. It's either going to be this or you're going to be not. I personally believe that right now, especially with my age group and my age bracket of women, they are more so independent that they don't care to listen, which is cool. It's respectable if that's what you want to do. So, but as
every month, this Airbnb pays me in semi-passive income.
Ass. You ain't finna.
Here's the thing: I don't own it, and
YouTube. Skip.
In retrospect, when it's all said and done, you're gonna have a domino effect of a bunch of failed relationships because you weren't listening, or maybe, well, in this case, I should say, if you have 8 failed relationships, it's 9 times out of 10 because you're not listening or you're not receptive to listening. What I believe is you are not too toxic for love, even if you have all 8 traits of being toxic that we just announced, or even more.
Okay, so I messed up. Maybe this is a part of a clip.
You absolutely value love.
They
right?
didn't
Because when you
so this might be a part of a bigger clip. So I'm gonna figure that out.
I would know what those 8 traits are.
I want to know. Yeah, I'm gonna figure that out because that might be a bigger part of another clip. Because what's them 8? What's them 8? I need them 8.
Yeah, I would love
8 tidbits. Because this is a shorter clip, so they might have got this off of a longer. Girl, stop barking at me like you crazy.
He said, "Stick that leg out."
But yeah, listen.
I was ready.
Okay, so we got a comment that says sometimes other people can help you heal from past traumas. I agree with that. I think they can, but I think also you have to also make sure that you are not using them so much to heal from the past traumas that you are what do you call it? Trauma dumping.
Yeah. Trauma dumping.
Yeah, because even though somebody else can help you heal through that situation, you could be going through so much of a great healing process that you ain't realizing, and now you just throwing all that stuff on the other person's shoulders, and then they're gonna be looking at you crazy, like, man, because I've had that happen before, and I'll be like, wait a minute, we just met. Hold on. Like, wait. Like, what you mean? No. But no, I get that. I get, So, yeah, let me see. I was trying to see. Hold on, let me go to their videos because I need to know these 8 things. Let me see. They got so many videos. I'm gonna have to find which one that come from. Cause I don't know. I wonder what that come from. Cause I'm not even seeing another clip that looked like that clip. So I'll figure it out. It's got to be more.
Yeah, I definitely want to know what them little 8 traits are. Like, I don't know about.
Yeah, what's some 8 traits?
There one with Keita Rose. Is it Keita? Keita Rose. Because that's a group they used to be on. What was it called?
Where your phone? It says it right there. Yeah, and I'm on a whole live video, and you want me to stop to tell you what time it is. Hey, Yamika. Huh?
Is that Milo?
It's still there? She worrying about the trash outside, girl. I am not worrying about that trash outside. If the raccoon want to eat bug spray, then by all means, let it have it.
Take it.
Because I sprayed that bag down with some bugs. Listen, I got to upload this video. I was arguing with the raccoon for about 15 minutes. Damn.
I'm surprised you stayed out there that long. No, ma'am.
Well, I started at my window, and because I caught it, and he ran, and I went to my window, and he was coming back out the woods, creeping, and I was like, "You better not." And I said it like he heard me. He looked dead at me, and we was eye to eye, just looking at each other. And then I went out the door, and he looking at me, and I'm looking at him.
No, ma'am, you have it.
Ooh, Yomika, let me see what Yomika said. Oh, must be Mila. Yes, girl. Aretha said, I haven't dated in so long, I can't help with this question. Oh, Aretha, it's fine, girl. It's fine. It's no, Yomika, I got a new video I just did tonight. I ain't even uploaded it. All right, so this other video, this one talks about let me see, where is it? Is that in? Let me see. Okay, so this other video I have, this is where, so this is a good question too. So the you know how they stop people on the streets and they want to ask you questions and all that different stuff. So they asked this question to this lady about why she no longer believes in marriage. So that's a good question. So let me ask you guys who are watching. So shout out to everybody on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch. If you're on Twitch and you throwing out some bits, shout out to you guys. Thank you guys so much. My Roosevelt family over there. I know they're over there watching. Everybody on Facebook, everybody on YouTube, and Carly. So, girl, she just want to hump, and I don't know what to do about this dog. I'll be glad when she gets spayed, bro. I will. I hope it helps. I hope it helps her with whatever she got going on. Okay. So this video here, let me get it. I'm gonna get it pulled up. So they basically are asking this question why she no longer believes in marriage. So I want to know what you guys think. If you guys do believe in marriage, if you don't, and what are your thoughts and what she has to say. So let me get it big.
Do you think that already having
it? All right, here we go.
What's your age?
40.
Has a man ever proposed to you before?
Honestly, no, they haven't.
Why do you think throughout your past relationships it's never gotten there?
I think I picked the men that aren't the marrying type.
Is marriage something that you really truly want?
No, marriage isn't the end all be all.
So if I said to you, let's get together, you'd be open to something like that?
Well, not at 40 now. No, I wouldn't have any kids at 40. 10 years ago, if you would ask me that 10 years ago, then yes.
Why can't you have kids with all the new technology that's in 2025?
Because I just don't want that. And because I had a son at a younger age, so I've done that.
Do you think that already having a child just tainted your view of what commitment is with marriage?
A little bit, because I think a lot of women get married to have a family and to have children. And because I already did that at a younger age, that part of me is fulfilled. And I've seen a lot of my friends settle because they wanted to have children. It was hard for me having a child at a younger age, but it did fulfill that need for me. Like, honestly. And now I feel like I'm living my best life at 40, honestly.
So you're in your prime now.
No,
it wasn't back then.
I do feel like I'm in my prime now. Like, if I could do it over again, yes, I would have gotten married and done it the traditional way. But I understand why women are now younger than me getting married to men that really don't necessarily want to get married to because they want to have kids.
Okay. What you think about what this lady said, child? Cause
I can definitely commend her for not wanting to have more kids at the age, because I do think once you get a little bit older, I personally believe it's selfish because, you know, when you're in that age, it's not fair to the kid. And even though anything can happen to us at any given time in terms of like, you know, death or tragic illnesses and stuff like that, you're more likely to get or certain things to happen, or death is more imminent when you're in that bracket and you have this young kid at 55 or whatever your old, your age is, and then what at 18 years to 50, you 68 years old with an 18-year-old, like that's not okay. And then you talk marriage and you can't walk the kid down the aisle, or, you know, there's just so much that's missed when you have a kid later in life. Now, if that's something you choose to do, that by all means, that's on you. But I definitely commend her for that, because I'm not a big fan of somebody having kids later. That's just my opinion.
Right.
But, you know, it's different because I personally have never been married before. It's not that I haven't been asked. Marriage low-key scares me a little bit, although I want to get married and I will get married, and it's definitely a choice. It is a choice of mine, you know, that I'm not, because most certainly done it. But I don't think it's, oh gosh, it's scary. Marriage, because I don't want to get divorced, so we just have to figure it out. Like, you get a big house and you get your own side. I have my own side, and
not a big wait, not you want to be here, y'all.
I'm gonna tell you something. When I was a little bit younger, I definitely wanted marriage, but I wanted my husband to have his own place, and I have my own place. Kind of like Cheryl, you know who has that set up? Is it Cheryl Lee Ralph?
Right.
The stepmama. Her and her husband have that set up. Like,
I saw that interview. She said that. Think say, huh? Think say, huh?
That's what I used to want.
So Yavin said y'all should squeeze them out into menopause. Man, listen, negative. No, I'm done.
No,
but I don't know. She was like, but the way, okay, so some of what she said kind of got me, because what she said also was like, oh, I'm 40, so like, it's almost like she made it seem like because now she's 40, she should just settle with being somebody lifelong versus being with somebody and actually marrying them. Like, she's more comfortable being 40 and older now, just having that lifelong commitment versus actually going signed, sealed, and delivered, you know, on paper. I don't know.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing about like not really serial dating, but when it comes to not being married, like, it's like, oh, it's just a piece of paper. It is until it isn't, right? It is until you have to make a medical decision. It's just a piece of paper until there's a death benefit, and then you can't. Or it's a piece of paper until you need that support when the person is no longer here. Yeah, you can get life policies, but you miss out on other additional benefits. That person's 401k, that person's Social Security benefits, being able to marry that person, right? Or just say because you're not next of kin. So there's no decisions that you can make. So there's still a lot of benefit to being married outside of just it being a piece of paper. So that's something.
Yeah. Thinka said you don't want to be. You want what she said. You don't want to be married, baby. You want in-house D. Yavin said sometimes it's a once in a lifetime choice. That's a lot of women take for granted. So
yeah, like I said, if your decision, your choice. I'm just not a fan of it because it's just a lot of responsibility on the kid, especially.
See what Freddie said.
Oh gosh, what Freddie said?
She want a side ninja. I see.
I don't.
I don't know if he talking about you or the lady in the video.
Oh.
And then Yomika said, true, because my dad was 59 when his girlfriend got pregnant with my brother, and I was she was pregnant the same time with her baby girl. My baby brother is 25, like my baby girl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Woo.
That's a lot of responsibilities, especially, as we age. And I just think, like, I wasn't old when I had my son. I was 36. And even now, I'd be tired. Like, boy, you're not tired? why are you running? Or it's like, Mama, can you know what? Just go ahead. I just go ahead.
I don't. So I think with me, I don't. So I'm kind of like this. I'm 42. If I meet somebody and this is a person that I, and we both come to that conclusion that we want to be married, then I'll do it. But also, if I meet someone and we come to the conclusion that maybe we don't necessarily want to go to the courthouse, but we do want to have that, this is us, this monogamous situationship, what relationship is us, common law marriage, whatever it's going to be, that's going to be just us, then I'm okay with that. I'm kind of like that with it, because I've been married 2 times. First time if I was in a different state, it would have been a no. Okay. If it was, in the second time. So it's like, for me knowing that I've done that process twice, if I do it a third time, listen, we here. You mad, you going to take your ass in the other room. You going to calm the hell down. We going to work it out. We gonna figure it out. Now, the only thing that's not, like, listen, I'm not gonna stay for no cheating, no abuse, none of that stuff. But if you just mad because, you know what I'm saying, I set something somewhere, you ain't, man, you better go cool down. Whatever.
I'm like,
if it's little simple stuff that can be resolved, like, okay, yeah, go over there, go to your man cave or wherever you gonna go, chill out, and that's that. But yeah, I'm not, I just feel like when somebody does make that commitment and they put it on paper and it's through the courts, hey, you still got to understand. It ain't even like, I think people misunderstand marriage, and it's like, I don't know. You got some people that look at marriage as a business.
Honestly,
only. Marriage. I get it. I get the aspect of looking at marriage like a business, but you got some people that's the only way they look at it, and it's way more than that. Yeah. You don't have too many people now that's celebrating 50th wedding anniversaries.
Yeah.
Hell, listen. Wait, this Facebook shit. I don't care. My cousin, listen. Listen, I done got all cute. I done went to this wedding. You know what I'm saying? I done went to this wedding. I done got cute. I done went and got a wedding gift. All this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I done did all this stuff, man. Wedding beautiful. Hell, my ass got food poisoning. I feel like I need reparations after, because went to the wedding. I don't even think they stayed married 6 months, man. Like, what are we doing? What are we really doing? Are people just wanting to get married for the show? Like, oh yeah, I got married. Oh yeah, we finna spend all this money, and then you don't even end up making it to the whole year.
Yeah, that's definitely a part of it, because not understanding what goes into it and what it takes to sustain. And sometimes it's like, oh, I'm unhappy, so I want out, but you have to work those moments, because every time isn't going to be happy. Hence, to answer the question somebody asked was about how I came, I guess, why I wanted that separation.
Oh yeah, I think I saw Thinker ask that question.
And that kind of leads
Thinker, because her name Melissa.
Huh?
I said because your name Melissa.
Because no, like that's what because I'm like, oh, you get on my nerves. I'm ready for my own space again. Just go home. So it was just like, it would be nice, because I dated a guy who was in the military, and he go on his, he was Navy, so he'll go, when he was out to sea, he'll be gone for 6 months or whatever, and then come back like, oh, I missed you, and then you do all the lovey-dovey things.
Because you get to miss the person,
yeah, and then right when he got on my nerves, and he was gone again. So it's just like, you get those breaks in between, so it was nice. And then it's just like, you can go back to your respective spaces, and we all be cool, and everything's fine, and I miss you, and I get my bed back, and but now now I actually want the full setup. But before, no, go home.
Yeah. No, I need everything. Like listen, you could go over there in the room, in that other room for a little while, but once you done pouting and you done calm down, you better bring your
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So Aretha says, I think once you have kids at a young age or younger age, once you get older, you just feel free. Yes, and do. Again, when you have kids and you're married, you feel obligated to stay in the marriage, even if you don't want to be married. Did that make sense? Yes, I've heard people say that, say that before, especially, well, I think now it's been more men I've heard. I know back in the day, it used to be a lot of women that did that. Now, I personally, I can't speak for all because I haven't talked to all, but just the things that I've, witnessed, I see it now more in men than I did in women. When I was younger, it was more women staying because of the kids. They didn't have a lot of options. Breadwinner.
It's cheaper to keep her.
It's definitely now cheaper to keep her.
Remember that song? Sure, look, that ain't no lie, but yeah, I get it too, Aretha. Like, cause I'm older now. Like, I guess cause when the kids are younger, yeah, you can't really travel because who want to babysit a little kid? People, your own parents be like, man, when they get a little older and they can feed themselves, bathe themselves, then send them over. That's kind of, so it's like, yeah, once they're older, then it's like, okay, now you go travel. Shoot, I just went on my first cruise. Shoot, first time ever. And it felt so good to be kid-free. It felt good to be kid-free, especially when you ain't got to just be kid-free because you went to the bathroom and closed the door.
But listen, look, listen, Linda, hold on, because that's not
Evelyn.
Because I'm gonna tell you something, and I know they can hear me because they right there. Mine will stand to the door. I could be. Hold on,
listen, girl. Even this dog. Let me tell you, I can't even hide in the bathroom from a dog. I could go in the bathroom. And the door is just enough up off of the thing that I see the little paw under the bottom of the door. Like, what you want?
But you know what's funny? Because I could be like literally just happening. I'm, taking care of my business and and mama. So let me tell you about and you having a whole conversation.
Conversation.
But then don't let it be in reverse. The door is locked. What you want? Or don't come in the room. I'm getting dressed. Hold on now, because
right.
That was not received.
Right. Well, hey Evelyn, Miss Evelyn said, I know that's right. If we were married, you better go in the other room because you ain't going nowhere, and we're gonna work this out. Let me see. We're going to work this out. I was married and me and my husband got into our little disagreement. What he did, let me see. He went for a rest and he got, yeah. Shit. They right here, child. Listen. They right here. He went for rest and he got himself. Then he called for my baby. Can we talk about it? And then we talked about it. So, hey, let's talk about it. Communication. That's like, for me, communication is my biggest thing in a relationship. It's communication. If we cannot talk it out and communicate, I understand you, you understand me, then what are we doing? Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Krista girl. Mika said, thank the Lord. I have mine in my 20s. Now they're all grown. Two's been tired. No more kids. I can go where I want to go. Girl.
Yeah. Nothing like it. But yeah, that's how I did say that once I do get married, because I intend on getting married. And I think, it'll happen soon.
I know. But long as I like the wedding, and I want to live. If I'm long as I'm, I ain't even got to be in the wedding. Long as I'm there.
Mine?
Yes. Long as I'm at the wedding, and I ain't even got to be in the wedding. Now, if you want me to be in the wedding, I accept. I accept. But I shoot. I'm gonna be the flower girl. Look, yeah, I'm gonna twirl down the aisle and everything. Sure.
Nah, you gotta twerk.
No, I gotta twerk, girl. Nope. Not doing. Oh, now hold on. What song though? Because you know, if it's the right song, I might have a little third. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna have to be, you know, get you right. I got you for the juvenile.
Hey,
for the 99 to 2000.
For the 99 2000. Okay.
You know when that song come on? Hold on, let me look. I got you. I'm about to.
Yeah, I might could do that down the aisle.
Look, hold on. Let me see what you do.
Look, think of. Ooh, they laughing over there on Twitch. Sure. I one of them little what that girl name? Is it Sexy Red? Who got the hoochie coochie? Hoochie coochie.
Here you go, Renee. Go ahead.
What?
Well, come on, what you doing?
No, don't play. Oh, wait. Yeah. Look, cause you know you got slow creep. Get halfway down the aisle. Pum. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Not Ronnie say my Celtics ain't looking good tonight. Don't be doing that while I'm on live. Hold on. Let me do a skull check. Skull check. Oh, what? They ain't that far behind. They is not finna lose that game tonight. And they playing at home. I'll catch them in the third quarter. But
well, we have some homework to do.
What homework?
1, you know, 2, find out what them 8 traits are this little boy was talking about.
Yes, because I saw another clip from that same interview. Because I saw the girl had the same outfit on. Which they talking about I don't deserve love. But let me see. That's why I'm like, I gotta find that whole interview because I see the outfits they wearing. So now I just gotta find that same interview. Cause what in the world is these 8s? I don't know. Cause what is she talking about in this one? Let me see if it's in this one. Let me look at the note. Let me see. I don't know. Because this one here is talking about learning to love yourself, why you believe, why change matters, childhood trauma and rejection, learning to trust others again. I don't ever feel like I deserve love. That might be a good video too.
What's that?
This one right here.
You remember we had that conversation? They're like, oh no, then you can't think like that. But that's how I've been thinking. I feel like, oh, love always hurt and I don't feel like I deserve love. So I always do my own yeah, you hug me, remember? And I always say that, and that's toxic for somebody to sit there and be like, you know what? I don't feel like I deserve love. So somebody like that is very toxic. Somebody like me is very toxic.
But Danny, what are you? Okay,
No, I feel like you're just hurt.
You realize
I'm not hurt.
You realize that is your problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing? And this is what Rico was saying. What are you doing, or what are you doing, or what have you done to combat that?
Yes.
Right now, what am I doing? Right now, I'm trying to trust. I don't trust nobody. Nobody that I date. Only person I trust is my family and my close friends. I don't ever trust no man that I date. I want to believe.
Okay.
Or this man, because actually.
All right.
That's something important. Before we continue, before we continue. That's something that's very important. If this is the mind state that you're in, and you're dating, and you date in this present state, what do you think that's going to bring out in a relationship? What would you?
That ain't gonna bring out nothing good.
No, right?
Mm-mm.
You're gonna get the where you going, where you been, who you been with,
The insecurities, the insecurities.
Check it, right? So stalking your Instagram, checking your Twitter, who you texting, why your phone on it, like why didn't you answer? So that would be what that
right
would be, toxic in a sense, and then that's create other issues, and then now you have this, you're nagging me, you don't trust me because you're unhealed and you're dating. So when you think
come
about
through therapist, right,
that's an important element. And I love the question she asked, what are you doing to address it if you know that? And it's not going to get in another relationship to help let somebody help heal you.
But see, and that's the mistake people made. Yeah. That's the mistake people made. Like, you dealing with these traumas, you're not healed, and you just go and throw yourself on another person and another relationship, thinking that that's gonna fix it, and that's not the fix.
That's not gonna fix it, right? And not to say I know we're gonna go back and finish watching it, but I just wanted to address that piece of it, because some people will have this thought process and I don't trust people because my ex cheated on me, or I don't trust men because my daddy was this, or whatever your traumatic experience is. But that's the mindset you have, and then you date, and then you're expecting somebody else to help build your trust when you need to go work on the issues that you're having or address the traumas and what got you here.
Right.
And then step into the world of dating before you put that baggage on somebody else, because it's not fair to others to help you address your trauma when you need to go deal with that on your own first, and then because you could take somebody in this mindset, can take a person who is pure and innocent and haven't had a lot of relationships and an overall good guy, and vice versa. And then I go enter into
now you just gonna turn his whole world upside down.
Right, now you this person who was completely innocent, trying to help heal you and help you be better and show you that you can trust me or trust me again because of whatever you experience. And now then you turn this person into a now bad guy or bad person because you dumped your trauma on him or her, whichever goes.
All right, let's see what else she's saying.
Love me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to really believe that, and I'm trying to open up to guys. Like, a man will sit there and tell me everything. I love you. I want to do this for you. I'm there for you. Let's be together. And I look at him like, in my head, it's so messed up. Or you're lying. Ain't no way you love me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep having sex with you because it's fun, but I know you don't give. That's
so what are you doing?
Well, right now I'm trying to be more open, So what are you doing? Be more open with my feelings. I've been trying to be more open with my feelings, trying to trust somebody who actually care for me instead of just me denying it. Oh, there's no way he loves me.
Danny, can I tell you something?
Okay.
And this is going back to what we were saying, and this is something that they actually said is that doing things cold turkey is actually one of the most ineffective ways to be successful in overcoming that problem. Short story, right? And this is just to kind of give you an idea of doing things in increments, right? For a year and a half, I did not curse. I did not say any curse words. I started off by trying to limit myself for 10 curse words a day. Once I can complete that for 14 days, I knocked it down to 5. It took me about 2 months, and then I did not curse for about maybe 11 or 12 months after that. But it took time and it took practice. And I didn't just say, I'm not going to curse on the next day. It's 9 times out of 10 never going to happen that way. So just going out and saying, yo, I don't feel like I deserve to be loved. I'm going to just try to trust you. That's not going to be, the odds are that is not going to be effective. You have to find something that's going to make you and allow you to take that first initial step. It could be a slow step. Sometimes slow and steady wins the race. You know what I'm saying? But you can't just dive in and think it's going to change automatically. You're going to end up repeating the cycle. And next thing you know it, you could be 45, 50 years old, still repeating that same cycle and just now getting it.
Well, Danny, I want to say that I think that no one is too toxic.
Let me guess. You're thinking about going to therapy. And as a therapist myself, of course I'm going to say that's great.
It's perfect because that's what she need to call.
For love. Like, I was actually kind of on the fence. Like, here we go, Heron, Oliver.
What'd you say?
the ad for BetterHelp. I said that's who she need to call. It's a therapy app where you can go get help, mental.
Oh, look, be quiet, Freddie. I know you ain't talking about no ads. The way your ads be popping up. No, look, Freddie talking about what was he talking about? You know, now you see what I be talking about with Rico, Freddie. Listen, this is why I be saying Rico. There are some topics that Rico is be on point with. Relationships is not one of them. I keep telling Freddie that. Freddie like, why you can't stand that dude? I'm like, because he always chiming in with the craziest stuff when it comes to relationships. Now you see what I'm talking about, Freddie? Because yeah, exactly.
I was kind of on the fence with how I felt about it, but there are people like Danny that feel like they don't deserve love because of their personality, because of their actions. And we all know Danny. Danny will sit down on this couch and be like, I'm fucked up in the head. I'm fucked up in the head. Like, she says that all the time. And to think that she doesn't deserve to be loved, that's crazy to me, because like we've all been saying, take accountability of your actions, want to change. And if that's how you feel inside, like if you want to change, if you want to like figure out, look at the steps, look at the traits of toxicity, like point out what you think that you have, like what you obtain, try to work on it. Like you do deserve love, no matter whether you hold 2 traits on there, 4 traits, all 8, like you deserve love no matter what.
Man,
so take accountability for how you're toxic and want to change and look for the steps in order to do so.
And want love.
I think the point you brought up is,
we gotta find the steps, man. Where the hell these steps at, bro? The toxic with it. Man, I be hating when they videos be out of order. Cause see what happened is they show highlights from the whole video, and I'm like, where the heck is the whole video?
So I think the analogy he used was kind of not aligned with I wanted to say something else, but I'm being careful in my words. I think if what are you being careful? Would say you being careful? Yeah, I'm attempting to be careful with my words. I'm more thoughtful, but I think if he used a different analogy to explain what he was attempting to say, it would have definitely been better, because that was not a good one to compare. You know, especially in her situation and what she's talking about. No, you need to go seek professional guidance.
Yeah, he definitely,
but the analogy was kind of silly. I could see where he's trying to go with it, but you know, for her to believe that she doesn't think she deserves love is a symptom. Everything else is a symptom of a bigger issue, like just side effects of a bigger issue. So what's the root cause of why she's feeling the way she's feeling? That's what she needs to address. Not everything that's the side effect, like those, you know, the trust fact, like that's side effect or something else. So what's the root cause of why you feel like you feel? Address that.
I don't know where the whole interview at. I don't. Yeah.
The analogy of cursing is not. I would have felt better if you said cigarettes or something, but
he said about cursing. I was like, what? Cursing? Like, what are you talking about?
Like, you have to go study the dictionary to learn some additional words. You know, there is a thing you can join for every day. It'll send you a new word of the day along with the pronunciation and the definition of said word. Maybe in your journey to
I used to do that.
Subscribe.
Yeah, I used to do that. I would find what is it? The Oxford Dictionary has a word of the day thing that I used to do. Like I'll go and see what it is, and then
because there's a lot that goes into it, and sometimes I don't know what your faith is. Of course, prayer, but that helps obviously, and if you're a believer, because everybody doesn't believe that, but if you are. And then seeking appropriate guidance from somebody who's a professional to help you through those steps.
I'm trying to find this. I don't know. Maybe it's an older video. And they just pulling some highlights from it, but
I don't don't know.
I'm not seeing that full interview. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find it because I need to know what these 8 toxic traits is.
It'll probably come up later.
Yeah, maybe they just haven't posted the full thing yet.
Yeah,
it could be that because I'm like, because they just posted that other highlight earlier today, so it could be a new one that's coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm stay on 2 hours if you want to come back and talk about it because I definitely know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
and I'm.
You say what? I ain't. Hush.
What'd you say?
What you said? Because Carly over here making
no,
all
I
this
just
noise.
Able to find it if you want to, come back tomorrow or something to talk through it. It doesn't have to be like a full 2 hours.
Yeah.
Quick little recap about that because I really want to know what these 8 toxic traits are.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm about to find that. We got to find these.
But their cast has changed. Wasn't he on there with Keita and what's the other girl name?
Who?
Him. I used to see him on those videos.
I don't remember talking about on Love and Hip Hop.
No, there's a.
Wait, Peter who?
I think it's Keita Rose is one of them.
Oh, you say Keita. I don't know who Keita Rose is. Who's that?
She used to be on the videos with him. And then I have to send you the other TikToks of who I'm talking about. But they used to have a different group of people who used to be on those.
Oh, Keita Rose. Oh, where they had Tonight's Conversations?
Yes, that one.
Oh, yeah. I never watched that. Let me see. I see what you're talking about because I just searched. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You talking about this person right here? This
Yeah, they used to have a different group.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, wasn't he on? I thought he was on with them a time or two.
I know right there. I always see that guy on videos.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Well, let me see. I'm seeing one thing. So what does this say? Here's some stuff that I'm reading that says some behaviors that ruin relationships. So I guess these would be considered like toxic traits. It says, this is just what I saw when I went on like searching online or whatever. Because I'm like, I gotta see what the hell he's talking about. So this is what it's saying right here, some of the toxic traits or behaviors that ruin relationships. So you got not respecting boundaries, lying, being manipulative, being passive aggressive, being extremely possessive,
hate that.
Dishonesty, hurting your partner on purpose, stonewalling. I ain't heard stonewalling in a dang. That's all. Gaslighting.
Oh,
cheating. Gaslighting. Woo. Is gaslighting slightly like an overused phrase term?
Yes.
Cheating.
What's the other one? Narcissistic.
Yeah.
Narcissistic. Yes.
Let's see. Withholding information, playing the victim, communicating disrespectfully, emotional or physical abuse, intentionally making them jealous. Oh, that's like, what you doing? This ain't high school. Unrealistic expectations. Now that one, a lot of people get caught up in that unrealistic expectations. What up, Jesse Boo? Hey, Kingpin. What's going on? Shout out to everybody on Twitch. Controlling, jealousy, blaming, aggression, constant criticism, forgetting relationship milestones. That's kind of huge. Yes. Forgetting relationship milestones. I don't know if I would say that's like, I wouldn't say that's toxic. It does fall into the category of behaviors that could ruin a relationship. Because what if one person does value milestones in a relationship and the other one don't, or they're more nonchalant about it? Then I could see that being an issue. Like I could see two people butting heads because, hey, I thought we said we wanted to be at this point in 6 months, or this point in a year, and we here,
Yeah, a behavior,
something like that.
Yeah, a behavior I could see, but toxic.
Yeah,
that's
not toxic. isolating, and then your outside relationships are suffering. So that's some of the things that it's saying, that some of the behaviors it's saying that can ruin relationships. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
but
yeah. This Nightbot thing you have serious.
Oh yeah, that's my little bot on Twitch. Hype this thing up, light this thing up. Hey, because on Twitch, you know, you can do bits and they can send like little bits and stuff. Facebook, they send like stars. So on Facebook it's stars, on Twitch it's bits, and whatever it is on YouTube, I don't know.
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to go and play with this Twitch business. I thought that was more for like gaming stuff, but
no, because now they have categories. They have the chatting category in real life. You got people that go on Twitch and go live and fall asleep and have like thousands of people watching them sleep. Yeah. Do I need to go to sleep on Twitch?
Yeah, or make sure you zoom in and see that so they can see you drool.
You know what? Mind your business.
Wake up, wake yourself up. Woo, what was that?
They gonna hear me snoring because I listen. Hello. But yeah, so this was a good one tonight. I like these topics. So listen, if you guys are watching right now, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, this is me, Lady Bird, and Melissa. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are doing Talk to Me Tuesdays. You never know what the topics are we're going to talk about. Yes, I do my awareness stuff, but sometimes we don't just want to talk about that. We want to talk about anything, life stuff, whatever it is, we're going to talk about it. And so that's what this is all about, just getting you guys talking and seeing what's going on around this world and in life and love. So that's what we do here. We got some other stuff coming too. Melissa is trying to make me be cute.
Be cute. You don't have to do much. You already cute.
I'm just saying, you know, I like my jeans. I like my sweatpants and my tennis shoes. And she said, I got to wear some love.
I'm going to beat you.
Okay, but no. So, yeah, we're going to be doing some more stuff. I'm trying to see when we're going to have this photo shoot. Look, she got... I'm trying to see when we doing a photo shoot. We supposed to be doing a photo shoot. You know what I'm saying? You better get me out while my hair done. Because once I get in the pool, these curls is gone.
Oh my gosh, I cannot with you.
That's the only reason I haven't really went swimming. Because when I swim, I want my hair to get wet. But I'm trying to hold on to my curls, huh? No. All right, but yeah, so we finna be out here for the night. Shout out to everybody on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you sent stars and bits, I appreciate you guys a lot. We'll be back next Tuesday. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I'm hungry. I'm about to go eat me some apples and peanut butter because I can't eat anything too crazy because I don't want to go to sleep.
Oh, you don't want to go have a nightmare? I actually want to have a nightmare.
And I'm gonna put it out here. Renee said she's gonna teach me how to use Twitch. She said that for real, but I'm just putting it out there. She's gonna teach me.
I'm still learning, but yeah, I'm gonna help you out a little bit.
She's gonna teach me how to use all this fancy stuff.
Yes.
But I think you allow me to join as per usual. She is a hater for real sometimes.
I am not no hater, Freddie. No, I'm not. No, what he said, Lady Bird is a hater. He can't even spell my name right. That's sad. Don't blame it on autocorrect either. Talk noise and can't spell. Nah. Oh, Melissa, Freddie. Freddie said you better follow him on Twitch. Carly.
Okay.
Tell Freddie how you feel.
Oh my.
Tell Freddie how you feel about him, Carly. Tell Freddie how you feel.
Carly say put their leg out.
Say I don't play about my mama. All right, y'all. We out of here. So
feel
Melissa
fine.
can go eat. Y'all have an amazing night. Thank you for tuning in. Good night. I'm ending the stream.
Hey, Mila Poo.
Hi.